Pre-recorded from nowhere near Hollywood, this is Casting with my folks. My name is Christian Larson. We're talking about Dancing with the Stars, and joining me tonight, as always, are my parents, Joe and Debbie Guastella, as well as my brother, Adam Larson. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, bro.
Good evening, Chris.
Hi, Ann.
Hi. So this was Disney night. I know it's, Mom, you had mentioned last week that this is one of your favorite events.
It is my favorite. It's so enjoyable to hear the old Disney songs and see them put to dance.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Yes.
I remember when the show started commenting when Julianne Hough first appeared on camera, and I thought that she looked like a real human being, a kind of a regular haircut, a regular dress, and voila, there you go. So Disney transformed even Julianne into something.
She turned from a pumpkin into a carriage.
A carriage.
Yeah, some of the dresses that look like carriages too.
Yeah, it was Disney night. One of the more interesting things that I've picked up on is the kind of corporate synergy of Dancing with the Stars, because so many of the people involved are involved also in Disney or other ABC television shows. And basically, the whole episode was a commercial for Disneyland.
Doesn't Disney own ABC?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why you see so many Disney stars, and they promote other shows, other movies. You know, they promoted the new Tron movie during this episode. It's smart business, but after a while, it feels like a big commercial sometimes.
It sure does. It is big business, though. That's for certain. The enormity of this show. I don't really think of Carrie Ann Inaba and Bruno Tonioli as celebrities, but they got to be two of the most recognizable faces in the world, for real.
Yeah, it's true. But cynicism aside, Disney has great music, and it lends itself, like Mom said, quite well to this sort of thing. And I mean, I remember growing up, the movies that I grew up on were what they call the kind of second golden age, The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin were the movies that I really grew up on. And Adam, I think those were the ones you grew up on too.
I grew up with Aladdin. That was your favorite.
I remember seeing The Little Mermaid at the Ramsey Main Street movie theater with the family. And I was like, I am not going to enjoy a Disney movie about a mermaid. Like, when did it come out? I was like 11 or 12. I was just kind of thinking I was too old for Disney movies. And it blew me away. Like, it just absolutely blew me away. And you guys, I'm sure, grew up on the older stuff, which goes back to the 30s, really.
Right.
What's the one with Brer Rabbit?
Oh, Song of the South. They don't even show that anymore.
I remember
No.
seeing Song of the South on Christmas Day, 1986, with Renee. Desiree was just born. We wanted to do something alone, just the two of us. So we spent Christmas Day together, just Renee and I, and we went to the Cedar Lane in Teaneck to the theater, and there were maybe a handful of people who were there, and we saw Song of the South and enjoyed the heck out of it.
What was the song from Song of the South?
Good question.
It's a recognizable song.
It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It was a word that was made up. It's gonna be a something day. Oh boy, it's gonna kill me.
See, when we have to rely on our own memories, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Mom, what was a Disney memory that you have seeing a Disney movie in the theaters?
Oh, Peter Pan. I loved. I would say that was my favorite. I wasn't all into the princess stuff like Cinderella or Snow White. I liked Snow White for the dwarfs.
Yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah, they were great. And Whistle While You Work. I mean, that was a great one.
Hi
Yeah.
ho.
Yeah, that was great. What was your favorite?
Little
Joe.
Mermaid was my favorite for some time.
No,
However,
but when you were young.
when I was young, well, Peter Pan wasn't a movie when I was young. Peter Pan was transformed on TV. They had a live performance on TV with Mary Martin playing Peter Pan and flying across the stage with these. You could see the rope, but I remember watching that show live TV and jumping off the hassock
Me too.
and thinking that I could
too.
fly, wanting to fly.
Yep.
That was quite a thrill.
Wow.
I the same way with me, with Peter Pan. Yep. How about
Wow.
you, Christian? What was
Well,
your favorite?
The thing about Disney movies is that it used to be that not everybody could watch whatever they wanted whenever they wanted. So Disney would release a movie and then they'd put it in the vault and they would put it back out in theaters years later because really that was the only way you could watch it. And 1986, Joe said he saw Song of the South in theaters. I'm pretty sure that came out in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't just pop a VHS tape in. I remember when I was young and we had cable TV, there was like a Disney Channel free preview week, like every year. And you would get the Disney Channel for a week. And I would tape everything 24 hours a day on the Disney Channel.
Right.
So I could watch it again. And the one movie that I loved the most was Robin Hood.
Yes, I was gonna say it.
Oodle Owl.
Yeah.
Oodle Alley,
Yeah.
Roger Miller.
Roger Miller.
I loved it and I love it still. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good
Yeah.
one.
Oh, by the way, the song from Song of the South is Zippity Doo Dah.
Yes.
Oh my.
Zippity Doo Dah, of course, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've done a lot of really nice reminiscing, but let's get into the show. It was Disney night. It opened with a number from the Beauty and the Beast musical, which I thought was great.
Yeah, that was really
Be Our Guest.
Oh,
Yes.
that was so great.
really good.
Yeah, it was really great. I had never seen a Disney stage musical. Have you guys?
Yeah, we saw Beauty and the Beast.
We saw Beauty and the Beast. We also saw Lion King.
Yes, we saw them both, right?
Yeah.
Ed?
Yes.
And they were both incredible.
Yeah, they really were.
Oh, I'm
Incredible.
sure. I'm sure. So after that, the first dancer was Adam's favorite, right?
Dylan.
And
He
they were
was
dancing.
great.
He really was. And like I
Yeah.
said last time, they always seem to know who's going to open the show well and who's going to close it well.
Mhm.
And Dylan really opened it well. Obviously, I'm familiar with this song from the 90s, but it's from
It was Cars.
Cars. Yes, of course. And Dylan is dancing with Daniela, who is the diminutive lady who danced with the 7-foot tall basketball player.
Right.
Right.
And they were supposed to be like Tow Mater and Flash or whoever the hero was.
Yeah, the guy besides
Cars.
Mater.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were great.
What dance did they do,
They
Christian?
did the quick step, and there was a lot of quick step tonight. In
Yeah.
fact, I think almost half the dancers did quick step.
Yes, we commented
Yeah.
on that. And quick step is
It's
difficult.
tricky, boy. And
That's
Yeah,
difficult
for
thing.
sure.
it's a grueling dance. There's you need a lot of stamina, a lot of coordination.
That was good. Dylan's
Yeah.
coming up in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really is. I had to reevaluate last week. I guess I've had not a grudge, but the social media personalities and so on. I just want them to be gone. However, last week I tried to be a little bit more objective and look at their dances and not listen to their drama. And I saw maybe they're getting better, but I saw some of the dancers that I really didn't like and thought that they were excellent, including the one who got the boot.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have a lot to talk about as far as that's concerned. But
Yeah.
next, we have another quick step. Danielle Fishel, who was the Boy Meets World actress, they danced to the Louis Prima song from the Jungle Book.
Yeah, and I like her. Something about her
Yeah.
that I like. You know, she
Oh,
may not be the best dancer, but something about her personality
yeah.
that I like.
By the way, Dylan got 2 8s and a 7 for his dance, which I think was well deserved.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. What did,
Danielle got 7s across the board. She
yeah,
was good, you
that's
know.
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I
If
I
he
just
got 2 8s and a 7, yeah.
yeah, I remember Bruno for this one saying something like, "All of this monkey business. I love seeing the monkey business."
And actually, I mentioned last week to Joe and Adam that I thought that Bruno is a little bit tuned down this year. You know,
Really?
he's not as wild and
Well, maybe
crazy.
maybe not as critical, perhaps not as
He's
critical.
just not, jumping up as much. And I don't know. I just think he's a little bit more sedate.
You've been following the show longer than I have, but I'm always shocked when I see footage of the dancing and he's already standing up and leaning across the desk,
Yes, he
you know.
looks at the feet. He always
Yeah,
looks at the feet. Yep.
but I
Yeah,
thought that was just his shtick. You know, it's almost like he doesn't feel comfortable sitting down.
Yeah.
I guess he can't stay still.
Right.
That's what it is. It seems to me that on many occasions, both Bruno and Derek gave the same score to a dancer, and Carrie Ann gave either usually a point lower than the other two guys did. And I don't remember specifics, but it's kind of sticking in my mind that that was the trend. But she's kind of out there on her own. She's definitely out there.
Mm.
They should ban her from using caffeine or whatever else she's using. If the girl
You
looks high, she definitely looks high.
you've said from the beginning that she is normally the more nitpicky and critical of the judges. And when the audience boos a judge, 9 times out of 10, it's her.
Yeah,
Carrie Ann.
you're right. It used to
So
be Len. When Len was there, he would
mhm.
give the lowest score.
And he didn't care.
He didn't care.
He wanted to get food, I think.
Yeah.
Well, next we have Scott and Riley. Scott from Pentatonics, and they did a number from another one of Adam's favorite movies, right? Called Bop to the Top from,
High School Musical.
yes, not a Disney franchise that I'm that familiar with. They did a salsa. I heard people saying this about contestants last year that got let go early. They would always applaud their enthusiasm and their confidence. They never quite said anything about the dancing. And that's how I feel with Scott.
What were his scores?
7s across the board. He was one of the few dancers where I could actually notice several points where they messed up their timing or their moves.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
he's
he's not the greatest.
that's going to happen for sure. I have to say though, and I think Mom and I were talking about this, that I think that he has improved significantly since the first week. And now he's kind of caught my eye. There were a few people who did so, and he's one of them. Scott is one of them. Dylan is one of them as well.
Yeah, we brought it up last time because Bruno brought it up. It's very true. It's that there's really two kinds of dancers. There are the ones who already have it, and there are the ones who are going to improve week to week. And you can really kind of split it down the middle with this crew, with the exception of Andy. He's more of an Eric Roberts or a Reginald Bell Johnson.
Yeah, he sure is.
With a lovely smile and
Yeah.
a wonderful attitude. Well, we'll talk about him when we get to it.
Yes, absolutely. So next we have who's really kind of it's hers to lose. It's Alex doing the Maleficent dance.
Yeah, with Val.
Yes.
That was great. That was
They
really
were
great.
incredible.
Really great dance.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
like her, but I really enjoyed the hell out of that dance last week.
Eights
So-
across the board. A lot of eights tonight.
Yeah, she was great. She really was. She knows how to dance.
One of the things they said is that her dancing for that number was very fluid. Usually she's doing something like a salsa where it's very jerky and very like
Yeah, or a
rigid kind of,
cha-cha.
yeah. And that was a departure for her as far as style goes. And they said, you know, you really knocked it out of the park. And she did.
Yeah,
What was that dance style again that they did?
It was the waltz.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was really lovely.
Yeah,
have to say.
she was great. I am always super impressed with the detail that they put into the costumes and the makeup and the set
Didn't I say
design.
that last week? I really did.
It's amazing what they do with costumes
Oh my gosh.
and the sets and everything else.
It's really very impressive. And speaking of impressive, we have a fantastic number by Hilaria to the Star
Wow.
Wars, the Star
That was-
Wars Cantina song.
The Cantina.
Yes.
I thought that was an extraordinary dance. And I said, I don't like her, but she is quite a dancer. And I got to give her props.
The judges gave her glowing reviews. I think Derek even said, like, this is someone who's on their way. This is someone who's improving, who has a lot of potential, you know, which obviously was ironic. And she was doing a quick step, again, a challenging dance.
Very challenging. Did a good, really, really good job
Yeah.
of it.
They were
Yeah.
great.
So that was impressive. I enjoyed watching the dance. I didn't care that it was Hilaria who was dancing it, but I enjoyed watching it.
Adam, do you know where the cantina is located in the Star Wars universe?
I think on Tatooine.
Yes.
I think it's in Mos Eisley.
Mos Eisley, yes, indeed. All right, well, moving on.
Adam knows his Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Andy and Emma doing a waltz to a song from Ratatouille. Again,
You glued that makeup on Emma, making
Yeah.
her look like a mouse.
yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Well, my
So
eyes were
that-
glued to Andy. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. It's just,
There isn't much left to say about Andy. You know, he's
no,
trying. He's adorable.
He's trying.
yeah,
He-
he's not getting it.
Like
He's
I
really not
said,
getting it.
he has a great smile. He's got a great, just uplifting personality, but
Yeah.
he needs to like go home 2 weeks.
Yeah,
ago.
please.
Yeah, this is a dancing competition.
Yeah. At,
He doesn't belong there any longer.
at the end of the day, it is about the dancing, you know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I give him kudos for trying and
Yeah.
doing it and not going home the first week, but now, you know,
It's a past two.
it's past time.
From what I understand, there have been dancers of Andy's caliber, and there always are every season, at least one, who have made it a lot longer than anyone expected because of their fan base. There was a big thing about Trump's press secretary who went.
Sean Spicer.
Yes.
Yep.
Have there been
Yeah.
other instances like that?
Well, I think we spoke about it early on in one of our other sessions. Bobby Bones, who is and he's not hot around this area, but he's a country DJ, I think. And he's got a great personality. He was such a likable guy.
Mhm.
He wasn't as poor a dancer as Andy,
No, but he
Yeah.
can't really dance.
but he couldn't really dance, and
Yeah.
he won. He actually won.
won the whole thing.
And there was an outcry from all the DWTS fans
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
didn't vote for Bobby Bones. He did not win on his dancing
merit.
ability.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dancing ability, I didn't mention the hilarious scores. She got 2 8s and a 7, and Andy got 6s across the board, which rightfully so.
Right.
And next is another fan favorite, Robert Irwin, doing the cha 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 to a song from Zootopia, which was good, but not one of his better performances. He got 2 7s and an 8.
I said to Joe earlier that it appears that he's losing a bit of his shine. You know, at week one, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
this guy's
Yeah.
gonna take it all.
Yeah, he did a lot
And
of
even
athletic.
week two, but then
Yeah, I think he peaked early on. He may be around for a while longer. He probably will be around for a while longer because he's an engaging young man. You know, he takes off his shirt and shows his physique. But we'll see what happens tonight with his dance, what he's able to do. He didn't do all that well compared to what he had been doing.
right,
I think maybe ripping his shirt off might have jinxed him.
Who
maybe,
knows?
maybe.
Next, we have Elaine, the older actress, who I did a little research. She is 54. Yeah. And Hilaria, I think, is in her mid to late 40s. So
Mhm.
we were talking about how her and Hilaria were probably close in age, but she is
Right.
older. And she got 8s across the board for her quick step to the theme to Space Mountain, which was
Yeah,
interesting,
that was
right?
bizarre. I
Yeah.
never knew there was a theme to Space Mountain.
Well, I mean, they play music while you're on the roller coaster. I
Well,
just
I
didn't
guess
know
so.
that they'd ever use it for this.
But
But
I thought he was good last week.
yeah,
Who's her partner?
Alan.
Alan's her partner. Yeah. Yeah, Alan is a good partner. I thought her dance was good. I think that mom thought it was better than I did, but it was definitely good and was definitely an improvement.
So she scored higher than Hilaria
she did. Yes.
last week.
The only other person to get triple 8s so far has been Alec, who did the Maleficent number.
Right.
So
I don't think she measured up to Alex, but
no,
I
not
thought
really.
that was her best dance
Yeah,
Yeah.
last week.
and that's another gripe that I have. If they're just scoring one dancer based on their past history, they give them whatever they want. But if they're scoring comparatively, measuring them against other dancers, then they should remember what they score the other dancers. You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to see them introduce half points into dance school.
Next is Whitney, who is she another one of the Mormon wives?
Yes, she is. And
Yeah.
she's great. She's great.
Yeah. She apparently really knocked it out of the park with this one. Another straight 8s.
Somebody got a 1-9.
Oh no, yes, Whitney got a 9. She did a foxtrot, Joe's favorite dance.
You know what? We were talking about that last week. That's the first time I think I've ever seen a foxtrot that I've actually enjoyed on that show. It's the most extreme dance I can imagine, but it was extraordinary. And I'll go a little bit further and say the remarks that the judges gave to her about that dance, I was sure that she was going to get at least straight 9s. I thought it might be too early for in the season for a 10, but I was really surprised that she only got 1 9 because that was the showstopper.
It was.
It was great. The producers probably regretted that it wasn't their closing number. Between Whitney and Alex, they are the two front runners as far as I'm concerned, as far as the ones who came into it with the skill.
Right.
There's the gymnast as well. I wouldn't count her out.
That's the next one. Jordan and Ezra doing a quick step. And that was great. They were also fantastic. 8s across the board. And we've talked about this multiple times, is that gymnasts have an advantage coming into it because even if they've never actually done ballroom dancing before, a lot of the skills cross over.
Plus, they can incorporate some of their gymnastics, depending on the dance, into their dance as well, which I think she might have. What dance did they do?
They did the quick step.
Okay. She might have done some kind of flip first, like right
Sure.
in the beginning.
Yeah. They always try to incorporate that kind of stuff. Again, it's the ones who had it coming in and the ones who are improving. And
Right.
you've got to judge them both differently.
Yeah.
And Jordan's one of those. Dylan is one of those. Hilaria was one of those, but we'll get to that.
Right.
And closing out was Jen Affleck, the other Mormon wife, doing a dance to Friend Like Me from Aladdin, which, again, one of those songs that I can remember sitting in the theater and just being absolutely blown away by. Robin Williams doing Friend Like Me in Aladdin. I mean, Adam, I'm sure it's one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Jen Affleck's dance, not as memorable as the song. She got a 7 2/8. It was a jazz number. Honestly, I don't remember a lot about it.
Yeah, I
feel
think
the same way.
it's unfortunate that she is matched up against another Mormon wife who is so great.
Yeah.
Because she ends up being pretty good, but she really is a good dancer, but she doesn't compare. And the advantage that Whitney, the other Mormon wife, has is that she has Mark Ballas as her partner, who is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His routines are just great.
Yeah, I agree.
So that might have something to do with it.
I did kind of a deep dive about the Utah Mormon connection to ballroom dancing because, like you guys said, the Huff siblings, many of the pros are Mormon and based out of the Salt Lake City area.
Yeah, that's the Mecca.
Right.
And what I learned was that in Mormon culture, ballroom dancing is considered a very traditional kind of conservative way for young people to socialize. So lots of young Mormon people start taking ballroom dancing lessons at an early age.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it's a cultural thing, and it's also the biggest and most well-respected ballroom dancing schools in the country are in the Salt Lake City area. So,
interesting.
I had no idea. I knew there had to be a reason for it, but
yes.
But yeah, so we come to the elimination, and again, we've hinted at it before, and I'm sure everyone in the world knows about it by now, but Hilaria and Gleb are eliminated.
Savage.
A shocker.
A shocker.
A shocker for real.
It's true.
It was Andy's time.
When Hilaria performed, and she performed very well, and then the judges spoke very highly of her and gave her great scores, it made me think about what Joe was saying last week about how the judges' opinions and scores can have an effect on the way people vote. And I thought, people must really hate this lady because the judges
were for her from the beginning.
over her.
That's a good point, though, Chris, because the judges really were complimentary to her, but it didn't matter.
No, I didn't care for her from the beginning when I heard her speak.
Yeah.
It just was so affected. Her whole life just seems affected to me. But, that's me. That's my opinion.
So,
but did she dance well? Absolutely. She was great.
Can we take a poll on who Andy is going to sabotage and get kicked off the show this week?
Poor Andy. He doesn't deserve that.
But it's time for him to go. He might go this week.
Well, I thought for sure he was going to go last week and the week before. So
I have to say that pretty much everyone else got an average score of between 7 and 8. I can't think
and
of
got 6s.
Yeah.
6 was a gift to him last week.
Yeah.
He could have gotten 2s if he wanted to be mean.
Danielle and Scott both had straight 7s, but both of them were head and shoulders above where Andy was.
Yeah, and I would dare say that if you took Hilaria's dance, show Hilarious dance on TV, show Andy's dance on TV, and say, well, which one do you think was a better dance? And then say, well, no, it wasn't, because that's the one who went home.
Right.
Yeah. And again, it makes you think of the weight of the judges' scores versus the votes, because straight sixes versus 2 8s and a 7, the votes must have been completely
Yeah.
skewed in Andy's direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last week's viewer voting was a departure from what I was thinking or what I was saying, that the judges can influence people as much by their comments as the scores that they give. But it's hard to understand that last week, because they got nothing but praise for Hilaria, and she still got booted off, and
Yeah.
much higher scores as well. But she
Yeah.
still hit the road.
I mean, I was as shocked by that as I was with your hypothesis being proven wrong, because normally you're dead on about this sort of thing, but you never know.
Andy has got the heartbeat of the Dancing with the Stars world.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, at this point, he should
Yeah.
be very happy, even if he does get booted off in the next show. He should be very happy that he made it this far.
Yeah. Last week when Lauren,
yes, and she was good.
It was good.
Yeah, and she was
But
really
they
good.
gave poor scores.
Her scores were not indicative of her ability, that's for sure.
They gave her bad
Sixes.
scores.
She got 3 6s.
She got
And
the same as Andy last week.
Yeah. And I remember I looked back at the moment of her elimination, and everybody was visibly upset, and especially Gleb, who was Hilarious partner, who got eliminated last week. And it made me feel bad for Andy, because by default, he's the bad guy, but it's not his fault. He just went out there and danced.
What was the reaction of Gleb and Hilaria? Because I don't like to watch.
They took it in stride, which I feel like maybe they felt like maybe they were too over emotional last week. Maybe Gleb got a talking to, but they didn't seem all that shocked. But still, it was quite an
It was
upset.
too bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching them dance this week. I do not enjoy watching Andy. I would suggest that Andy go out in style, pull up lame after one rehearsal, and say, sorry, guys, I'll come on the show to say goodbye, but I can't dance. I can't perform. And then he could get a cheer and go slowly, softly into the night.
Yeah. I don't think anyone has voluntarily withdrawn from Dancing with the Stars in the past, have they?
Well, if for her
Injuries
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
precipitated that kind of thing.
Yes. I think Peggy Fleming might have gotten injured and
Okay.
she needed to pull out years ago.
And Marie Osmond fainted.
Oh, no.
Marie Osmond fainted right in front of Tom Bergeron.
Wow. It's a live show, and there are very few live shows. It's basically this and Saturday Night Live. It used to be that live television was the rule rather than the exception.
Right. Is American Idol live? I don't know. I think American Idol might be live.
Yeah,
maybe.
The shows may be live.
At least some of them. So next week is your favorite week, or well, actually this week, because you'll be watching it later on this evening. It's dedication night. So everyone's going to have a sappy story to tell.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. Sappy stories don't work for me.
I mean, this one, they get to pick a song that they dedicate to a loved one. It's going to be lame. I'm looking through the list of dedications, and they're all super, super sappy and lame, except for Andy Richter, who dedicated
it to Conan.
No, that would be great. I would love that. But no, he dedicated it to his daughter Cornelia, and it's Jump in the Line by
Oh, wow.
Harry Belafonte.
Wow.
So I mean, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. From Beetlejuice, I mean,
Beetlejuice.
and the rest of them just, ugh.
No, good.
There's,
All right.
Dylan is dancing to a song by Zac Efron from the movie The Greatest Showman from 2017 with Wolverine, the guy who plays Wolverine.
Yeah. Who plays
Uh,
Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, yes. Phil Collins, Natalie Cole. Scott is dancing to a song by himself. Coldplay. So yeah, it's gonna be lame. But
Yeah. But we'll look at the dancing and we'll
Yes.
report back.
and if Andy goes out next week, he'll be going out on a high note because jumping the line sounds perfect for him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, guys. Well, it's been awesome chatting with you and enjoyed the show tonight. And we'll talk again
will.
soon.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be talking.
Good night. Thanks
Absolutely.
for having us.
Thank you, Chris.
Of course.
Night, bro.
Good night, guys. Love you.
Love
See ya.
you.
See you soon.
Okay.